All right, so I wanted to record this video because I've been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube with basically the title, Why You Should Be Uploading to YouTube Even If No One Watches. So originally when I saw those, I'm like, look, isn't that kind of the whole idea around YouTube? You want people to watch your videos. But after watching a couple of these, I had to share some of my thoughts, and I might even convince you why you should be making videos on YouTube even if nobody watches. Also, I don't have a lot of time going here, so I'm got my notes right here. I'm not going to edit this video. So if it's a little bit raw and unpolished, I apologize for that, or maybe that's a benefit. Maybe you enjoy that kind of content. So if you do, click subscribe and we will jump in here. So when I was thinking about this, I want to give you a little bit of context of kind of my personal journey around YouTube. So like a lot of people on YouTube, it took me so long to finally jump in to start a channel. And I see for so many people that actually starting is absolutely the hardest part. Where for me, it was probably upwards of 5 to almost 10 years of thinking about starting a YouTube channel, but there were so many different reasons why I didn't actually start it. And for me, arguably the hardest part was making the first video. And I know that is the case for a lot of people. And what finally got me over the hump of actually doing that was I'm like, okay, I've been kind of a perfectionist and I try to make a great video and it just feels so overwhelming. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower my expectations and I'm going to make a bad video. Just put a video out there, publish it to YouTube. And the crazy thing that happened right after I did that is one, kind of a weight was lifted off my shoulders where I'm like, okay, now I can actually do this. But every single video after that was so much easier just because I started. And again, I think that for so many people, that's exactly where they are. And I realized for me, like I was saying, one of the things that manifested itself was like this perfectionism. Like I want to make great videos and that's why I'm not starting. But I realized the real problem I was struggling with was just being afraid. Like the fear of failing, the fear of going on camera and looking stupid, the fear of people from my school and the place that I live finding my videos and making fun of me. All these, even though they were kind of, maybe those weren't even fears that were going to happen, that was still very real fears. And that's what stopped me from actually uploading. So a little bit of my history as far as YouTube. But I will say that not only starting YouTube, but then also being on YouTube, especially as a small creator, is hard. Like I remember very starting out and I would put a lot of time and effort into these videos. Like I would spend time thinking about the ideas, titles, thumbnails. I would edit them for hours and hours and hours. And then my videos would get like 15 views. I'm like, what the heck? I spent all this time putting it into this video and basically it just totally flopped. And it was a little bit discouraging because you see all these other YouTube channels where you got Mr. Beast who's getting like a billion views, more than a billion views a month at this point. He's got 450 million subscribers, absurd numbers, 100 million views a video. And then you look at yours, you're like, okay, it's official. I just suck and I should probably give up anyways. And I think that's why a lot of people either don't start at all or they do stop. But despite all that, I want to share a couple reasons with you why you should still upload on YouTube, even if no one watches. So the first one, and I'm realizing this more and more every single day, is YouTube has a place for absolutely everyone on the platform. You have the make the money online guys. You have my newfound appreciation is for quilters out there. My wife has a sewing machine and now an embroidery machine. And I've been kind of entering that world of like looking, and sewing machines out there sometimes are $20,000, which is crazy to me, but there are whole communities that are all about sewing, and you have thousands and thousands of people that love creating content around that online and love consuming content around that. So whatever your passion is, whether it be business or gaming or quilting or movies, any of these different things, there is a place for you on YouTube. So that would be just the first benefit there. And the second benefit is this can actually be a creative outlet for you. Now, I know in kind of the side hustle culture that we live in, it is almost looked down upon to have hobbies that aren't making you money. But I would argue that hobbies are still a thing, and I think they're actually beneficial. So you can go to YouTube and be like, okay, I want this to be a creative outlet. I want to work on cool videos. I want to talk about things I'm passionate about. I want to tell stories. I want to share things with the audience. No strings attached. Like, I don't want to necessarily make this into the business. I just want to have a hobby. And it's 2026. I'm going to say hobbies are okay. So this can be a creative outlet. This can something that you kind of take away the stresses of life and really think about something that you can work on a little bit more creative. So I think that can absolutely be something that YouTube can be. And number three, and this is probably one of the biggest ones that I got into originally, is when you jump in on YouTube and you make a YouTube video, go through the whole process, you'll realize you have to build so many skills. There's so many skills to go into it. So it is learning about lighting and cameras and audio, video editing, graphic design, learning how to come up with ideas, titles, thumbnails, and then your on-camera presence. You got to learn how to talk to a camera, because most of the time when I turn the camera on, I could talk to people relatively well in person, but as soon as I turn the camera on, I'm like, I don't know what to say. Constantly looking at my notes, all that kind of stuff. But again, as you do this with every single video, you're going to get better and better and better. So even if no one's watching, all those different skills, you're continuing to build. And then as you go into your jobs and your relationships and just your life, those are skills that now you have, and you're so much more valuable to the marketplace and everything like that. And then number 4 is you can actually connect with people. And this is one of the great things where YouTube wasn't before seen kind of as a social media platform. But I think with live streaming being a thing where people are kind of sharing experiences on video, and just YouTube being around kind of these niches and these kind of subcultures, you can absolutely build connections and build community online with YouTube. I remember for me back in high school, one of the ways that I kind of built community online was just playing Call of Duty. It's funny. I had a guy, I joined his Modern Warfare 2 lobby way back in the day, and we became friends through there, and we stayed friends on Facebook and all this kind of stuff. But like a decade later, I'm still kind of keeping up with him and seeing what he's doing, all because I found him in an Xbox Live lobby in Modern Warfare 2, which I think is kind of crazy that you can have that kind of community, but you really can build a community around YouTube. And then number 5, and this can absolutely be true. So obviously it's still good to upload even if you're not getting views, but you also can get views. And there's kind of upsides and possibilities that can definitely happen with YouTube. And I think more than anything right now, YouTube can open up so many opportunities that people would not have thought even possible otherwise. And this can be not only the connections, like the friends that you're meeting. You could meet your wife, you could meet your husband on YouTube just by, I think actually some inspiring love stories have happened because of the YouTube platform. But then also, if you're looking for a job or you're trying to kind of build your career, the more that you can go on YouTube, share your expertise, share things that you're very interested in, people are going to be looking at that. And that's going to set you apart from everyone else. And then if you have a business, if you not only that can get you clients and people that want to work with you, but also people that want to work for you, and you can get team members that way. Like there's so many different opportunities and so many different benefits that coming if you do kind of start growing an audience on YouTube. So I would say, even if no one is watching, you still should be doing YouTube, because worst case scenario, you're still going to build skills, you're still going to build connections, and you are just overall growing yourself as you're growing this platform. And again, I would say that that's kind of the worst case scenario, like no one watches, but you consistently do this, continue to do it, get better every single upload, then good things are very likely to happen. So I would say for all the people out there that have the objection of, hey, YouTube is way too saturated right now, it's too late to start YouTube in 2026. That's exactly what people were saying 4 or 5, 6 years ago, even 10 years ago. They're like, okay, it's too saturated, I can't jump in. One quote that I love that is incredibly cliche, but I will say it anyway, is the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the second best time to plant a tree is today. So if you have been putting off YouTube, just like I was for way too long, almost embarrassingly long amount of time, then make this your goal to, hey, today I'm going to upload my first bad video. I'm going to start posting on YouTube, even if no one watches. Now, if you are a business owner and you are wanting to turn your channel into a business, not only get views, but also get leads and sales for the business, I actually have a video where I broke down 500 business channels, and then I was showing you exactly what you can do to make it work, where you're not only getting views, but you're also getting leads and sales for your business. So if that's something that interests you, check that out. But again, start that YouTube channel, post a video, and see what happens. All right, I'll see you next time.